man once said, and I quote, "To accomplish great things, you do not only need to act, but also dream. Not only plan, but also believe. Not only believe, but also listen to success stories." Hello and welcome. My name is Oluwakoyinsola Olukoya, and today's guest is a business savvy lawyer. He is not just a business savvy lawyer, but also the managing partner at Allen and Brooks. My guest is none other than Mr. Joshua Daranijo. It's great to have you on the show, Mr. Daranijo. So tell us about yourself.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on the show. My name is Joshua Daranijo. I am a Christian. I'm the firstborn of a family of 3 boys, and I'm from Osho State. I'm a lawyer and the managing partner of Allen and Brooks, a law firm based here in Lagos, Nigeria. We've been in operations for over a year now, just roughly a year plus, and it's been a very interesting experience. We're a commercial law firm trying to provide business advisory and legal services to our clients.
Amazing. So you just mentioned that you deal with commercial law. So of all the aspects of law, why commercial law? Why business law?
Commercial law is broad and it covers almost everything, because when you think about it, every business at the very core is a commercial enterprise. You need to understand the principles of business and commerce to do business in any area or industry. So down to the market woman, up to the captain of industry, there is an understanding of how business works. And that's one thing that is at the core of our understanding as lawyers at Allen and Brooks, because you realize that it's one thing to just know the law, it's another thing to be able to apply the knowledge of the law to a business, a peculiarity of that business.
Okay, so you mentioned that you are the managing partner at Allen and Brooks.
Yes.
So it's no secret that being a managing partner takes a lot of work. So how do you balance work and your personal life?
Thank you for that question. It's a question a lot of people ask, and sometimes I feel it's a really simple thing. It's discipline. The same discipline you put into working hard is the same discipline you need to put into finding time to rest. I feel like that's a mistake a lot of people make. They think discipline only applies to hard work, but discipline should also apply to fun. Discipline yourself to say, if I have to use the next 2 or 3 hours to have fun, to relax, to try something a bit more, in my leisure, you must stick to it, because you realize that you need to work on your personal health, mental health. Sometimes I just say, today, the first few hours of the day, I'm going to exercise. And every work I have to do, I either have someone on my team work on it while I'm exercising, or it's postponed till that particular time of the day, because my mental health, my physical health is important. And you mustn't just put one over the other. As you said, it's work-life balance. Discipline in both work and other aspects of your life.
Okay, so we are going to talk about Allen and Brooks.
Okay.
So what was the inspiration behind the name itself?
It's a very interesting question.
Okay.
A lot of people wonder if we just came up with 2 words and put it together, and it sounds tush. But I'm a man of faith, and I believe sometimes you want to ask for God's leading in your, approach towards starting any project. So my partner Dami and I were discussing at the time. Bolaji came on later, and we asked him what he felt about the idea, and he told me he was starting his own law firm. And I was like, let's just come in and join, and let's start as a group together. So Allen and Brooks came from 2 words, Allen and Brooks. Allen being a key used in engineering. So there's an Allen key we all know used in engineering, or engineers use, or people in the construction space. It's used to drive in a particular kind of screw. It's used to tighten things. And then you have brooks. A brook is a very peculiar water body that flows across the mountain or a difficult path. Okay. So 2 words coming together, we have industry, we have industry driver, we have something that creates firm and strong institutions, the Allen key, and we have brooks, a water path between the mountainside, between the most uncommon of places. We're trying to build a team that helps other businesses grow, build industry, at the same time navigating through the hurdles of business, navigating through the hurdles of whether government regulations. We are flexible enough, yet we are rigid to get the job done. So Allen Industry Brooks Innovation.
Amazing.
Industry and innovation.
Amazing. So I would like to know, so what inspired this firm itself, Allen and Brooks?
Thank you so much. I said earlier that business is at the core of everyone's enterprise.
Yes.
Any for-profit business wants to make money and build on that and grow. One thing we realized is a lot of people are professionals in their field, but not necessarily business serving. Let's give a good example. A doctor who decides to start an hospital might be good at the job of, taking care of the patients, caring for them, doing the needful as regards the Hippocratic oath, but might not know how to administer the structure of the hospital, might not know how to sort out finance, might not know how to sort out the administrative part of the actual business of running a hospital. And you ask yourself a question, as professionals, how can I help that doctor who has a hospital setting, but all he knows really to do is to take care of patients? He doesn't know how to set up a finance team. He doesn't know how to set up the legal ramifications to make sure that he doesn't have patients suing him every day because they feel he's not a good doctor. He doesn't have people saying, oh, you did not hire the best nurses, your hospital is not clean enough. That is where Allen and Brooks comes in. We're a law firm that tries to make you understand that your business is not just for you to see how you provide the service you are good at, but how you build your business as you're providing that service. We give an all-round view. We look at your business, we analyze it. Oh, is it the fact that you have issues with human resources, so you need an HR personnel? Is it the fact that, oh, it's your finance that needs to work on? So not just telling you section this of the Constitution, or my lord, may I? We need you to sit, if I may, we need to sit down with you and say, you know what? This is what people in your sector are doing. This is how hospitals are being run in Nigeria. So you need a finance guy, you need an HR guy, you need this particular set of people. I've gone beyond just telling you the laws that help you to run your business. I've gone beyond just registering your business for you to take you through. I walk you through how to run a successful business. And that's what is very important as lawyers. We need to realize that people don't have time to just hear you, blab about what you know. They need you to settle down and show them that you understand their business enough for them to trust you with it. That's what we're trying to achieve here at Allen and Brooks. Let our clients, I think customers is not the right word to use, our clients trust us enough to get their business to the next level.
Okay, so how did you start? Did you just call your partners, okay, let's do this, boom, and you're a year already? How did you start? What process, what did you have to go through? We would like to know all of that.
Well, I would like to say that for me personally, I've always known that I was not made for the 9 to 5. And I say that with all humility and modesty because some people actually do well in the 9 to 5 space. But I realized a long time ago that if I was to stay in the 9 to 5 space, I might make more money, I might develop myself very fast. I'm saying that because I realized in my last employment, I only did 2 years there. And when I was to leave, I found myself in 3 different roles. I was a lawyer, I found myself in the branding team, and I found myself doing a bit of human resources. So I'm not saying, I tried to be humble when I say this, but when I left, I saw 3 people feeling what I was leaving behind.
Wow.
I'm not saying I was the only one doing it, but I saw 3 people having to fill the void I left because I was majority player industry department in the firm. So you realize that you are just, when you take an introspective look at how you live your life, you know what's best for you. And I had to come to that decision. I said, you know what, I can't last in this place. Even during my interview, I told the person that hired me, give me two years maximum. After 2 years, I possibly would find myself going for my master's or just leaving this employment. And I kept my word. So Allen and Brooks came as, one of those conversations you have with your colleagues. We're just finished NYSC, we're just discussing, what do you guys think about this? Being a law firm in this Lagos, it's a really stressful thing. Can we achieve it? Can we not achieve it? But it started with first registration. Just like a joke. I opened my CAC portal, registered the company, it was available. I loved the name, my friend Damilola and partner suggested it. We registered in 2019, but still continued work. Early 2020, before the pandemic hit, I said, you know what, I have to start this off from this year. And it came like a shock when we were told to go, work from home in March of 2020. I started looking at it. For most of my previous working experiences, I've always loved working from home because I'm someone who uses technology so well. So I started realizing that
you had left your previous job.
No, we're working from home.
Okay.
Still working for my previous employer.
Okay.
But I realized that I've always enjoyed working from home even before the pandemic hit because it's very seamless. I can achieve more. I can do other things with my day while still delivering on work. I called Bolaji up and he's like, oh, he's about to start his own law firm, as I said earlier. And he's like, no, come on, join I and Damian. Since we all had a previous experience going to the same university and all, we said, you know what, let's give it a shot. And that's one of the things I want us to note. A lot of people will say friendship and business don't work together, but it really depends on trust because you don't want to go into business with someone you don't know. So trust also plays an important role. You guys might not be best of friends, but trust is important. So we discussed, and April, May, we're talking about how we can move this forward. And I realized that both my partners were not in any employment. Bolaji had been doing private practice for about a year plus. After NYSC, he just kept doing his own thing, just kept himself busy. Then there was Dami, who had decided that he wants to go ahead and do his master's. And we just kept pushing at it, and everyone was like, Joshua, you are the one we're waiting for, because you're the only one that is still in an actual employment. I'm like, okay, you know what? You guys are right. I put a date to it. I said, okay, mid-2020. COVID or no COVID, let's give it a shot. We started the branding, we got all the designs, marketing was very important. We sorted out everything, every single thing before the launch. So everything was ready regarding a workspace, regarding the website, regarding the branding. So launch was just to actually let the world know we are here. And that was what made it perfect. There was a team behind the scenes where I was still working with someone, but I had a team to make sure everything was in place. And delegation is very important. I'm not a one-man. I always tell people that you can go further when there's collaboration, partnerships, like we have in our case.
Okay.
So that's how we started.
All right. So since you started like 2020 officially.
August 2020.
August 2020. So since you started, have there been challenges?
And I say this with all sensitivity,
Okay.
I don't want anyone to be offended. There's this, what's the word now? Economic immaturity in our space. A lot of people don't yet understand the value of professional services. Let me explain what I mean.
Okay.
You are prone to appreciate more the carpenter and the plumber that comes to do physical work in your house or your office or whatever than that accountant, lawyer, even sometimes doctors. Okay, doctors, because you don't want to be sick, you can say that one is still physical. You just start to say, what exactly did you offer me? I saw you typing on your laptop and, some days later, you sent me a document, or I told you to help me look at my account and you just, they don't see the tangibility of your service. And that's very prone to our system, the way we are in Nigeria. So a lot of times we realize that people are undervaluing our service because we know the value we offer and we do not go below our standards because we have seen what is in the market, we have seen the deficits in the market, we have seen the void in the market, and we want to fill it. But a lot of people just feel like, what exactly are you offering as a lawyer? I mean, you tell me this is what the law says, you tell me, you give me legal opinion, what again? So we had to sit down and say, you know what, how can we make these intangible services? Because you're not buying anything from me, you're buying something from me, but you're not buying a physical product. I'm not giving you a phone at the end of my transaction. I'm not giving you, most times it's things that would have to be knowledge-wise or service-wise. Maybe I'll represent you on something or provide knowledge you need. So you don't see a physical service and that makes you tend to undermine or undervalue what I have to offer. So we sat down and said, how can we create a product out of our services? Try to make it more tangible, a more tangible experience for our clients. And that was what we had to achieve, and that's what we are currently achieving. we let our clients understand that, look, it's not just to have you come and here, this is what you need us to do, and we go back and we do it, and that's the end. No, we want to be a part of your business. Let's be that silent team that the world doesn't have to know, behind you, taking you through the process, along the way, working across every sector, whether it's the finance sector of your team, your regulatory sector, compliance, because in this market, regulatory compliance is very important. You want to make sure you're paying your taxes, you want to make sure that you are complying with government. Nowadays, almost everything is a little ban. A little issue arises and CBN is banning something or freezing something. So you have to just make sure that you are letting your clients see that interest. A lot of times when I meet with a new client, the first thing I ask is, where do you see your firm in the next 5 years? Because I want to know your headspace for two reasons: to see if it's something I have thought of, or I can even offer even much more than what you are thinking of at the moment. Because it's either one of the things. I have to catch up to you if you're thinking beyond what I have imagined, or I have even imagined more than that for you, and I want to see how to bring you to a place where you realize that you have so much more you can offer in the next 5 years. So the biggest issue we faced, and we're kind of phasing out of that phase, things are getting better now, was undervaluing our services. A lot of people just think lawyers are just lawyers, what again? And with the whole economic situation of Nigeria, you tend to see people who are like, is the lawyer the most important thing I need right now? And we keep telling people, yes, a sound lawyer from a firm like Allen and Brooks would always make sure you guys are on the right path as a business.
Most times it's until we get into trouble before we know that we need a lawyer.
Exactly.
We all think that all you do is, my lord, may I in the courts, my lord, if I may, as Lasisi said in his video. Alright, so what is your biggest accomplishment since you started Allen and Brooks?
Allen and Brooks' biggest accomplishment is building a team of 3 at the beginning of August 2020 to a team of 8 as of today.
Oh, wow.
And one of those people, even though she's just an intern in Canada, a virtual intern, she still has a role to play. And the people are what makes any team. I always tell people, we can work on getting, a big workspace. We can work on getting a nice, we're in VI, our office is in VI, but we can work on even getting our office in Banana Island and all that. That's nice. But if you're not building people, your business can't go far. So a lot of people might focus on, let's make sure the packaging is good. Yes. We have a nice law firm, we have a good paycheck. No, the team must continue to grow. Not just in number, but in quality of service to deliver. So one of the most important things we have done in the last 1 year is be very, very specific about the people we bring on board. See how far they are willing to go with us. And even if you have to leave along the line, because it's fine, it's a free world. Let's make sure you leave our firm better than you came. As an individual, you must grow. You must understand how to be better business savvy, how to let your clients have confidence in you as a lawyer or a professional.
Okay, so how has your firm, how has it been able to distinguish itself from its competitors? Like, what makes you stand out? What makes Allen and Brooks stand out?
Yeah, it's a very competitive market, and that's a very wonderful question. A lot of law firms are popping up every day, and there's already the big, I don't know, like accounting, you can say big 4 in accounting. In Nigeria, we have like big 10, if not big 15. So, okay, so there are a lot of amazing law firms out there, but what makes us stand out is this: we leverage on technology much more than anything. As I said earlier, we have a virtual intern in Canada, we have interns here in Nigeria, and we're trying to expand ourselves beyond just the Nigerian market to even the African market. We're particular about seeing the opportunities that are existing in this century. There are so many opportunities that most people are not seeing. Our aspects of law are not limited. Okay, someone is interested in entertainment law, someone is interested in fashion law. I myself, I'm like, what is fashion law until recently? So you realize that there is so much more we can achieve when we are not rigid. Law, what we studied in school as lawyers, was a bit rigid. It's until you come out and you see a bigger market, you are exposed to a bigger world, that you realize that there's so much more you can offer. So what we do as Allen and Brooks is we keep our minds open. We are flexible, we adapt, we are innovative. We look at every aspect of law and how we can key into growing aspects. Technology, we see ourselves in the health tech space, not even just technology as a whole. We see ourselves in the fintech space. We see ourselves in the entertainment space, because entertainment is booming in Nigeria right now, in Africa as a whole. And many more spaces, the traditional spaces, whether it's oil and gas, whether it's commercial practice, corporate commercial, that's corporate governance and all that. One thing that would always make us stand out is the ability to be flexible. There is no kind of client that can come to us. There's no kind of business you're doing. We definitely can have something to offer you, because as long as you are legitimately, legally making money, we can examine your business and see how we can do better at your business.
Okay, so if you weren't a lawyer, what would you be?
Oh, that's easy. I would have been a creative, because even in my last few years of practicing law, I am very, very sympathetic to the creatives. I just love the fact that you can sit down and you come up with an idea and you push. Whether it's content creation, whether it's the movie industry, whether it's the artist that paints like these beautiful paintings we see. There's something about creativity that just applies to me. I personally have the hobby of photography and a few times painting, but nowadays
Have you tried it? Have you?
I haven't painted in a while, but photography is
you
something
have?
still. Yes, I was a brilliant finance student back in secondary school, maybe university a bit. Yeah.
Amazing.
So creativity has a place in my heart. There's something about just being able to wake up and realizing that God has put so much into you that you can bring out of just being you. You don't need anything to pick up a pen, or a brush and paint. You don't need anything. It's not even about the equipment. It's just seeing the capacity you have on the inside and making the best of it. And the creatives do that so much. So I'm very sure I would have been a creative.
So what would be your advice to lawyers that want to start their own firm? Can you walk them through the process? Can you just advise them? We might have lawyers that have started already. So what of encouragement would like you to tell them?
So I feel the first thing most people must note is you have your own race. As I said earlier, 9 to 5 is not a problem, but make sure it's your race. Make sure it's something that you want. Don't just look at others. Yes, mentors are good, but believe me, God created you with something specific and important to you. Yes, you must not be too quick to just follow a mentor so religiously that you lose your identity. So first of all, know who you are and know what you want. Second of all, don't be shy to ask for help. I could have started this firm on my own a year ago, but I'm sure I'll not be where I am. Because even in the last 1 year, I've had my own personal struggles. As my other partners, we have different lives. Because you realize you're not just doing business. Just like you said earlier, life-work balance, work-life balance. You have other things that you're dealing with in your life. You have your family. You have different things that just pop up. So when you have a team, when you have collaborators, when you have partners, there are people who can carry you when you're down. And you can do the same for them. So don't be shy to ask for help. And if you're sure it's only your vision, you're sure that it's just for you, then let there be people that you can depend on the backstage. You don't have to be open, but just always have a team, a supporting team. Secondly, don't take lightly the place of legal registration, the formalities. Don't joke with your marketing.
Okay.
We had a very big decision to make, even with the office space. Victoria Island is not a cheap place to have an office. But we decided, and this is one of the most interesting things you will note, we decided that rather than start out with paying ourselves salaries as partners, let's sacrifice for the first 1 year. That sacrifice has not stopped yet. So I haven't earned a salary for the past 1 year as a partner. So we take money and we make sure that it goes back into the business. Because as long as the business is growing, it's something that I'm building on as a person and as a firm and as a group of people. And I can reap the returns years to come. So we picked this location because we know it's eyebrow area of town and we want something that meets the standard of the value we're offering to people. And we made that sacrifice, which is my next point. Sacrifice is important. And most people are always too short-sighted to see the importance of delayed gratification. Sacrifice is important. You need to understand that the sacrifices you make today and you're consistent with will pay years to come. And don't be too selfish to think about yourself alone, because I might not be the one to enjoy the most of Allen and Brooks in the next 20 years. Of course. A lot of companies that we have today, the founders are not the ones that enjoy the benefits, but the next generation, the next group of people will say, thank God these people started this thing. That's why I can meet it here. So sacrifice is very important. And I think the most important point is just trust God. Faith. Faith is vital. We started a law firm in the middle of the pandemic. There were so many uncertainties. People were losing their job. People were getting, laid off, and people were, reducing salaries, pay cuts and all that. And you say you want to go ahead and start your own law firm when some businesses are not even interested in hearing anything about lawyer. The first 3 months, I think we only had 1 transaction. But when I said earlier, being consistent alongside sacrifice, consistency is an act of faith, in my opinion. If you are consistent, it's because you believe that things will get better, and you are sure that when your time comes, everyone will know that no, these guys they put in the work. Yes, this team did not give up. So consistency, in my opinion, is an act of faith. You need to just trust that if this is something that you are made to do, nothing can stop you. Discouragement can't stop you. And I think I'll just round off on this note to that question. No is okay. People need to understand that no is okay. You must be fine with hearing no. And when you hear no, be bold enough to ask why. So maybe you can learn from your experience to get the yes the next time. So no should not be something you're shy of. Okay. But be bold enough, or scared of, be bold enough to say, do you mind telling me why you said no? And if they give you the simple answer, it's not you, it's me, that's fine. But if they tell you it's you, this is why I said no.
It's not you, it's me.
I know, you know that line now, you know the line now. But just in case the person tells you it's actually you, you would learn better on how to push for a yes the next time. But no is okay.
Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to join in on the conversation in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe, share our videos. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye.